Ladies and gentlemen, my friend George Harrison.
$18 for my friends down under. That's like -7 degrees Celsius. A little here comes the sun because it's coming in. It is crisp this morning on this weekend wrap. Oh. Great rendition here. This was a Saturday Night Live performance. Paul Simon, George Harrison. Great rendition. We'll let him play us out on the way in. Of course, George Harrison, Traveling Wilburys, The Beatles, The Quiet One. Not me today. Not me today. Ladies and gentlemen, Weekend Wrap brought to you today. Brought to you today by, you got to check this out. Are you into the horror? Are you into the... Take your taxi driver, run through Sin City for a little prophecy? Kyle Hester, he's a little filmmaker guy, independent guy. I guess he says he's happily married to the Tracy Ray, doing independent films, you never know. They got a GoFundMe. I checked the trailer out. Intense. Preacher 6. You got to check it out if you're into the horror action flick kind of stuff. It's pretty intense. I think you'll like it. I really do. And you never know. Maybe you can say, hey, I helped finance an Oscar winner. Blair Witch Project. Indie film. Good stuff. No egos in the indie films. You know what I'm saying? It's just they people doing their thing, man. Go check it out, though. If you're into action horror flicks, Preacher 6, you got to check it out. Links in the description, ladies and gentlemen. A link to the trailer and a link if maybe you got an extra buck. You can help out if you Preacher 6. Check it out. Kyle Hester makes movies. He makes movies. Bringing you Weekend Wrap. Holy Toledo, ladies and gentlemen. Do we got some stuff coming up this week? I'm going to talk a little bit more about the NFN issue. So don't go anywhere. Ooh. Yeah, coming up on Preservation Thursday, we got information pouring in right now. Pouring in. On MSI. Office empty. Are they the next one to burn labor? Keep that information coming, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it coming. We can share it. Assurant Field Asset Services, Assurant. They're actually looking for a vendor administrator. Take it for what it's worth. I don't know what to say. Our question of the week deals with NFN and properties being sold. We'll get to that in just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let me a little preview for GMO Tuesday. Of course, we are going to ask once again, and let's not forget, what was this gentleman? Kyle, blah, blah, blah. I just said his name and now I forgot it. Kyle Hester, the latest over on Twitter to join me and the campaign. Mr. President, Mrs. President, FDA, USDA, and the EPA, get the poison out of our food. He was the latest. Up to 1,100 people doing this with me now. Unbelievable. I'm loving it. And we are going to ask that question. It's that time again. Whom do your elected officials represent, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, I have the big interview coming up with Stacy Barth, the gubernatorial candidate, Air Force veteran, mother, kind of conservative gal, kind of cute. I think she'd look better. I'm telling you, she'd look better than pretty boy Gavin behind that desk in Sacramento. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. She sure would. But again, she joined me on the Twitter campaign too, so we asked them, get the poison out of our food. We're going to talk about that in Cannabis Corner this week. Geoponics. You know me, I'm a dirt farmer. We're going to talk geoponics. We're going to talk a little bit about the dirt. The dirt. Investments. Investments, are they right for you? What do you think? I don't know. It's illegal on the federal level. We know that, but here's what you need to ask yourself. Just ask yourself this. We have a guy sitting behind the desk with the pen in his hand that will sign legislation that will generate revenue. Whom do your elected officials represent, ladies and gentlemen? It's not just for the GMO world. It's get them in the can. Let's hold their feet to the fire, man. They represent us. Do they represent us? Whom do your elected officials represent? I don't recall any pharmaceutical company voting, just giving money. We vote. We vote. Keep that in mind. And polls. We're going to talk about polls because, all these prohibitionist folk, polls are disputing them. So we got a little irony going on. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? Don't you just Business 101. Question of the week brought to you by Zlean.com. Zlean.com. Get them. This is just, as you can see, I'm getting frustrated. But the question of the week concerning the NFN issue, how do I lien a property that has sold? This is where everybody across the country that has been burned by this company has to step up and do a few things. First and foremost, let's start, forget you need an attorney and you don't have the money because you haven't been paid because this gal, Sherry Knott, just stole all your money and driving around the country in a Jaguar. She's driving a Jaguar. Yes, she is. $75,000 car she's putting around the countryside in with your money. Your money! Yeah. This is a question for an attorney. I do not know. But this would be my very first question on the property that sold that I was owed money on. Think about it, think about it, think about it. Does the bank who ordered the work to be completed still own the property? Technically, a mortgage, you don't own it until it's paid. The bank still owns it if there's a mortgage. You may have action at the bank. I don't know, but that would be the first. Now, here's a few things you have to do. You have to do. Take an hour out of your day and get on the phone, go in the online. Was National Field Network Now, Shari Knott, anybody affiliated with NFN licensed in your jurisdiction? In other words, if you're in Washington, and I'm getting calls, North, South Dakota, Texas, Louisiana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, a couple in Nevada now. It's just popping up everywhere. People want to know what they can do. Find out if this company is licensed. Are they licensed with your Secretary of State or whoever conducts business? If they're not licensed, then you need to file a complaint with the State Attorney General, Secretary of State, maybe your local district attorney, and you. This is how I would approach it. Okay? You have a couple issues going on. First and foremost, sit down and draft your case out. You were owed money. Sorry, not the owner of National Field Network Now, blah, 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 whatever she owns. A member, and this is, you got to work this in. You got to work this in. A member of National Association of Mortgage Field Services, whose other member subs the work to her, because I guarantee you the work she was receiving is from another member of the National Association of Mortgage Field Services. And this is how come they're all complicit. So when you write this out and you describe your issue, and again, put the word out there. Find out, are there other people in your neck of the woods that got the same problem? You all go and talk to a district attorney. You all go talk to an attorney general at the state level. You all go talk to these people. Why? Because you feel that you may be part of a RICO scam. Now all of a sudden, you have the state's attorney general representing you. That's how you flip this around. Oh, and by the way, everybody that billed and did not get paid, this is why. Now, you guys can all laugh at me. You can all call me crazy. I'm going to say it again. 1099 the money. Why? Think about it for a minute. I want you to ask yourself, why would I want to 1099 that money? Why not just put it in the lost revenue column? Because it's not lost. It's in her pocket, number one. And you didn't lose the revenue. You got cheated out of the revenue. That lost revenue column is for when you do something, not for when somebody else does something. The reason you 1099 that money back to them is so the IRS gets involved. Why do you want the IRS involved? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that there's only $1 million involved. That all Sherry Knott was able to steal was $1 million cash. That's it, just 1 million. Not the estimated 10 or 12, 15, 20, I don't know. Just one. Why does the IRS want to know about that $1 million? Why do you think the IRS would want to know? Why do you think the unemployment office would want to know? Why do you think Workman's Comp would want to know? Why do you think any taxing agency would not want to know Sherry Knott has $1 million in her pocket that they're not getting their action on? This is why you 1099 the money. Get the IRS involved. Now the IRS is on whose side? Yours. They're helping you. That's how it all gets stopped. This is what I've been trying. The money's not gone. She has the money. RMS has already told vendors that they paid that invoice, that they paid that work order. She got the money. She's running. She's got the money and she's running. 1099 the money. Let the IRS chase her down. They threw Al Capone in jail for tax evasion. They put people in jail all the time for tax evasion. Let her go do her time. Let her go do her time. She's not just cheating you. She's cheating everybody. What do our taxes pay for? All these agencies to police stuff like this. Well, let's get these agencies doing what they got to do. That is what needs to be done with the NFN issue, ladies and gentlemen. So, once again, let me give you a little preview of some of the stuff we're going to be talking about. I got a monster coming up for both Cannabis Corner and GMO Tuesday. GMO Tuesday. And this week, we're going to have to talk about Liam and his drop-dead gorgeous sidekick. That's right, Sheena Alexandra. I'll have to tell her it's $14.49. 14.49 is the lead in China. 14.49. That's right. I'm doing a little promo now, ladies and gentlemen, for Down Under. A little promo for Down Under. Coming up this week, as I said, on GMO Tuesday, we are going to talk about whom do your elected officials represent, because they're not representing us right now, are they? They're representing somebody else down there in Australia. About the GMO issue. Are you getting corn? Are you getting soy? Where is the feed for the animals coming from? I know you guys barbecue. I know that's all I ever hear about is Aussie barbecue, Aussie barbecue, and we have a pretty good little barbecue deal here in September. I think every now and then somebody from your down under is there. So I know you barbecue, but where does the feed come from for those critters? Where does the feed come from that feeds the animals that you guys barbecue? If it's coming from us, chances are it's GMO and you got glyphosate on your table. We just want to know, are you guys having the same problem with propaganda games that we have here in the United States? GMO Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to be talking about. More of that. Cannabis Corner, of course, the big news. Ohio, a bunch of people are saying, hey, wait a minute, you can't do it this way. No, that's not fair. It's not fair. And we're going to talk about that because 60 medical marijuana companies have filed appeals. Big issues in the court going on. We'll be talking about the polls, of course, and geoponics. Geoponics. I'm a dirt farmer. You know it. That's what I do. I make dirt for people. I make dirt for several people in Northern California and Nevada. That's what I do. What goes in the dirt goes on your table. Who loves you, baby? I don't know what to say. Hey, if you guys are having a good weekend, I hope you are, because it's a little chilly, but I'm having a blast. And Down Under. There you go. What's going on with the GMO, genetically modified foods? And do you know what's in your food? Because we're going to make another push for labeling up here in the United States. I know it's coming. We know it is, because we never really got a food labeling bill. We'll have to see what happens coming up here in the next year or so. You never know. But let's all have a great day, and let's all be safe out there.